I have only 30 minutes before I go out to teach my classes, but I want to see what can ChatGPT teach me about capoeira if I don't have any knowledge. So first I'm going to ask it, can you teach me capoeira? As an AI language model, I can provide you with information about capoeira and some tips on how to start learning it, but I cannot physically teach you how to do it. Capoeira is a Brazilian martial art that combines elements of dance, acrobatics and music. It requires strength, flexibility, coordination and balance. If you're interested in learning capoeira, the best way is to start to find a qualified instructor or a capoeira group in your area. Look for schools that offer classes, workshops or events where you can learn the basics and practice with other students. So you can search online for capoeira groups or schools near you or ask for recommendations from friends or family members. Once you find the capoeira school or instructor, you can expect to start with some basic movement, stretches and conditioning exercises. You'll learn about the history and philosophy of capoeira as well as the music and instruments used in the practice. As you progress, you learn more advanced move combinations and sequences, and you may have the opportunity to participate in roda, which is the circle of capoeira players who take turns performing and playing music. In addition to regular practice and classes, you can also supplement your learning with online resources such as instructional videos, books and articles. However, it's important to remember that capoeira is a physical and social practice that requires interaction and feedback from a teacher and other students. So while online resources can be helpful, they should not replace the guidance and instruction of a qualified capoeira instructor. So I'm going to ask him to teach me some basic movements. So he's saying, sure, I can describe some basic capoeira movements for you to practice. However, keep in mind that capoeira is a physical practice that requires proper technique, conditioning and guidance from a qualified instructor. So it's important to start slowly and practice with caution to avoid injury. Here are some basic movements to get you started. Ginga. This is the basic movement in capoeira that involves constant swaying of the body back and forth, shifting your weight from one leg to the other. It's a rhythmic movement that helps you maintain balance and prepare for other movements. To do Ginga, start in a low stance with your feet shoulder apart. Lean forward, slightly raise your heels off the ground, then step your left foot back and shift your weight onto your back leg while swaying your right arm forward and let your left arm back. Then step your left foot forward and shift your weight onto your front leg while swaying your left arm forward and your right arm backward. First of all, I don't start Ginga with my heels off the ground. The back leg does have its heel off the ground, that's true. And I think it got the hands opposite, if I understood correctly. It should be this way, because in Ginga it's the same as when we walk. When we walk, we have our opposite hand and foot coordinating. Same as when you kick a ball, you go like this, right? This is just the same as Ginga. Or when you throw a ball, this concept helps you keep your stability when you're moving and generating energy for movements. Now for our first kick, meia lua. This is a sweeping kick that involves a circular movement of the leg. It's important to keep your balance and maintain the Ginga motion while performing this movement. To do meia lua, start in Ginga position with your weight on your back leg. Then swing your front leg in a circular motion, aiming to kick your opponent's torso or head with the inside of your foot. As you kick, lean your upper body back slightly to maintain your balance. Then return your leg to the ground and continue the jinga motion. So I think it was only lacking the part where you step into paralela, then you switch your arms, and only then you can lift your front leg in a circular motion back to its place. This is mialogy French. In most groups, that's the first kick you learn. And now for our first acrobatic movement, a cartwheel. Oh, this is a cartwheel-like movement that involves a full rotation of the body. It's important to maintain a low stance and keep your weight centered while performing this movement. To do AU, start in the jinga position. I guess it's just called the paralela, or some people call it bazi, because this is the jinga position. So start in the jinga position and lean forward slightly, then place your hands on the ground in front of you and kick your back leg. I guess this is the jinga, right? And kick your back leg over your head, rotating your body 360 degrees. As you rotate, keep your weight centered and use your arms to push yourself up and around. Then land on your front leg and continue the jinga motion. Okay, this one was very confusing, so I'm going to tell you what I think. From the parallel position, it will be easier if you get lower to the ground, then it will be less scary if you're scared of going to the ground. From here, you should place your hands sideways, like so. Then you can bring one leg up in the air and jump over to the other side. That's simple. Let's see if you can teach me some of the advanced moves he was talking about earlier. First movement he wants to teach me is AU batido. This is a more advanced version of AU, a cartwheel, that involved a sweeping kick as you rotate your body. To perform the AU batido, start with AU position and kick your free leg forward, aiming to strike your opponent upper body or head with the inside of your foot. As you kick, rotate your body to the opposite side of the kicking. I didn't really get the instructions, so I'm just going to tell you how I teach. Usually you can use a chair or something to put your weight on, like so. But I'm actually going to have my weight on the free hand. So this will be the first step. My weight is going to be on my right hand. I'm going to start a cartwheel and come back. Then I'm going to try to go a little bit higher. Now I'm going to bend this leg and I'm going to kick the free leg as ChatGPT was referring to. Then after a lot of repetitions, you can try doing that without the chair. The hard part is getting back. Next is going to be martelo. This is a powerful kick that involves a circular movement of the legs similar to mialua. However, instead of sweeping across your opponent's body, the martelo aims to strike the heel or top of the foot, usually to the head or upper body. To perform the martelo, start in jinga position and step forward with your front leg. As you step, bring your back leg in a circular motion and strike with your heel. I know martelo another way, which also we can use the chair. Let me show you how I teach it. Start with a sideways stance and you bring your weight to the back leg so you can lift up your front leg sideways, like so. I keep my foot pointed because I want to hit this part into my opponent's head or ribs. So then I go shift weight to the back leg and then I snap. Later on you can do the same without using the chair. Imagine if the chair was here. There's much more details I can add to this technique, but I have just a few minutes left before I need to go. Let's see what combinations can ChatGPT teach me. Okay, let's see quickly. Begin in the jinga position with your weight on your back leg and your arms open. Step forward with your front leg and perform a martelo kick. As martelo lands, continue the momentum perform an ANGOLA rotating your body to the opposite side of the kicking leg. From the O position, perform a meia lua de compasso with your back leg, sweeping across your opponent's body and landing in the ginga position. So I think it's going to be something like this. If you want to learn capoeira online from a real person, check out these follow-along videos I created and join me training together. Axé!